Hello. Abdul Baha advises people of religion, put all your beliefs in harmony with science. There can be no opposition, for truth is one. In this talk, we will think about some oppositions between science and religion. These thoughts are based on the principles of the Baha'i faith. First, we must define science and religion for our discussion. Science is a body of knowledge acquired through experimentation, observation, and analysis. Religion is another body of knowledge contained in the scriptures of the world. It is not discovered knowledge, it is revealed knowledge. So, at the outset, we acknowledge that science and religion are two distinct means by which we acquire knowledge. And because one knowledge cannot contradict another knowledge, science and religion must be in harmony. If they are not, then one of them must be wrong. When I was in college, I was greatly mystified by Einstein's theory of relativity. Strange things like nothing can travel faster than light, that space is actually curved, not straight, and so on. I had talked to many of my physics teachers, many of them actually PhDs, but I did not find a satisfactory explanation because they themselves did not have a good understanding of these difficult concepts. I realized that they were simply not competent in their own field of expertise. Then, when I was doing my PhD, I discovered a book by Einstein himself. As I read the first 20 or so pages, I felt this great sense of elation. I had got my first very tiny glimpse of what relativity meant. On reading further, I quickly realized that to really understand relativity will require many years of vigorous study. I did not pursue it further then because I was doing electrical engineering. Later, I realized a completely different thing. There are a large number of physics teachers in school and colleges in the whole world who themselves do not really know physics. They teach physics by merely parroting from the textbook, demanding that students memorize and reproduce everything in exams and they don't ask any questions because the teachers themselves don't know the answers. And in spite of this widespread incompetence of teachers and professors of physics, we do not reject the theories of physics. It is very interesting. So 3 years ago, my mother-in-law passed away and a priest was called to conduct the last rites. Priests go through many years of vigorous study of religious subjects, and they also are supposed to attain spiritual purity. When they perform rites, their role is to pray to God or gods to make the journey of the departed soul blissful. So when a priest simply parrots the shlokas with no spiritual capacity or focus to commune with the gods, a person of science observing the rites sees through this superficiality of the rites and gets disillusioned with religion. And observing many such superficialities, this person of science comes to the conclusion that religion serves no useful purpose in society because science has all the answers for all the issues facing humanity. Let us examine this conclusion. First, the core of every religion has been to teach and inspire human beings to become virtuous, to be kind and generous, loving and forgiving, to not cause hurt, to not lie, and so on. And also to teach humans about their own psychological selves, about the infinite capacities latent in every human being, about material desires and ego being the root of all evil, about overcoming these to attain supreme bliss. What contradiction can science have with these? Second, If we look at any society that has ever existed, its one essential ingredient has been moral values and ethical codes of conduct. Without values and codes of conduct, no society would have survived the violence and brutishness of human nature, and it would have perished very rapidly. What was the source of these values and ethical codes? Studies of every society have shown that invariably the source was religion. Can science, with all its developments, provide a society with moral and ethical codes? It cannot, because prescribing ethical codes requires a deep and comprehensive understanding of a society. And science's understanding of human societies is still, as of today, extremely incomplete and very rudimentary. The vast developments that have occurred in science have actually largely been in the physical sciences, not in society and social sciences. But what about the religions? What has enabled them to prescribe values and codes that have sustained societies for hundreds and thousands of years? All religions declare that the knowledge contained in their scriptures was not of human origin, that it was revealed by God. God, the universal consciousness, the formless being existing in realms beyond space and time, the possessor of infinite power, infinite knowledge, infinite love, the creator of the universe and everything that is in it. What about God and science? I present two brief thoughts. First, the science of cosmology has taught us that the universe has more than 2 trillion galaxies, which contain 1,000,000 trillion stars, and uncountable planets around these stars, and probably as many uncountable life forms on these planets. So we have learned from science that the earth is a mere tiny speck of dust in this universe. Let us think about this. If on the cosmological scale we are mere particles of dust, how can these particles of dust comprehend the vastness of the universe? It is not possible. As Carl Sagan, the renowned astrophysicist, said, this teaches us that we must have humility. Let us think further. Suppose this universe has a creator who exists in a realm beyond space and time. How can the human brain, a mere atom on the cosmic scale, have the arrogance to think that it has the capacity to comprehend this creator, when science has not even discovered realms of existence beyond space and time? Should this brain not humbly accept to learn only that which the Creator chooses to teach it? Second, all religions teach that the one place God is revealed more fully than any other is the innermost human self, and that obtaining a deep understanding of one's own innermost self requires years of sincere and earnest effort, far more effort than it takes to understand the theory of relativity or any other branch of science. And religion at its core guarantees that as surely as the study of physics will lead to an understanding of relativity, a study of one's own self will lead to the discovery of God, to the extent that it is humanly possible. Many priests and the religious leaders of the world are like the incompetent physics teachers. They are supposed to have gone through years of study, but they have not learned the essence of their own selves. And in their incompetence, and in their abandoning the true principles of their religion, To follow their own greed for power is to be found the root of all religious wars, superstitions, and meaningless rituals. To end, let an open minded person of science not proclaim that God is a delusion without an intense, decades long systematic study of his or her own self. And let a person of religion inculcate deeply the principles of religion in his own life, so that his religion is known through his character and not through the parroting of undigested words. Thank you.